get it, man. Another awesome Monday, which means another awesome segment for Karjakz Assassins. I know it's late. I get off work, then I gotta set up, and then I gotta show up. So I tried to be consistent, man, and I'm not missing anything. So today, I want to focus on Karjakz Assassins because, as I said, as you well know, the first official Karjakz Assassin comic book is coming out. So that's why I had to focus on every. I try not to miss any Mondays, man, because every time I miss it, I feel like I'm missing out on information because everything I'm doing is leading up to the release of the comic book that's coming out this year. I'm super excited about it. I literally have one thing left to do. Literally put my bio pic on the bio page, and that's a wrap. And I'm going to fix that tonight. So then I'm going to be done. Then I got to copyright it, which is going to be awesome. So by the time it's time for the release time, everything's going to be good to go. I already know I'm going to print it, which is the part I'm super excited about. But for getting into this chat, we got to thank I want to thank everybody who's been continuing to join the channel. I think I'm at 985 subscribers now. Crazy, man. 15 away from 1K. Can you believe that? And I started all this for real in September of last year, 2024. That's a lot of subscribers, man. I know I usually don't think it's a lot, but it's like, whoa, that's a lot. And then not to mention the views on the channel too as well. That's totally incredible right there. So that's another great thing right there that's been going on. Let me move this real quick before I get to. I hate seeing a bunch of things on my when I'm streaming. I hate seeing a bunch of people chatting. It's just like I can't handle that. Then it distracts me. Then I actually have to read what they're saying. So if I got it on the computer, I can see it on the right side. So that's what's popping. That's what's on right now, man. So yo, all right. So now let's get into this thing. Karjakz Assassin, of course, this universe right here. The art and comics is what today's title is right there. I want to focus on probably be on out here like 30 minutes or something like that, man. Let's see. I'm gonna break out I'm gonna actually show you the pictures, right? So you got pictures, Karjakz Assassins right here, but you also got what's behind me too, right here. Look. Oh yeah. Let me quickly before I forget this poll. I definitely gotta remember I gotta do this poll. Definitely gotta do that. All right, y'all. So I literally just creating a poll right now. Really, literally asking y'all, which y'all do you prefer? You prefer the Karjakz, the heroes, or the assassins, the villains? I'm not gonna be shocked if the villains win. I'm gonna let this thing run, this poll run till I'm done with the stream tonight. So let's get into this stream, man. So the characters are important because if a comic book is coming out, you got to know the characters. And the art and comics is why I call the title. The art specifically really is about the art of how I created the characters. I like more like how I drew everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point. I can't use my old school. I don't want to use the old school version 1 of my characters because that's not. But I am going to start off with this one. Let y'all see this one because this is the version 1 of my characters right here. The art is very important because if you don't have the art, you really can't have any other creations, any other creations. So version 1 of my characters, I finished it in October 19th, 2012. Like it took me 3.5 years. It took me 3.5 years to hey, wow, I don't really know how to pronounce the name, but what's up, man? How you doing? It took me 3.5 years to finish it. When you drawing a lot of animation characters, one thing I learned in my journey is like it's a lot of work it's a lot of work to actually do the work. You don't realize how much work you're doing. So when I first started with these characters, version 1 of them, which I'm about to shift to version 5 now, so y'all can see them in total. Actually, I was gonna show you the posters one at a time. One of the things that I learned in this journey was version 1 of them was, I wouldn't say version 1 was, because once you create a version, I'm I'm not telling people how I do my work. Nobody does that. That's trade secret. So one of the things that I do is figuring out how I'm going to draw them, like literally, because you remember the characters are based on myself, my two brothers, my sister, my best friend, my big bro, and then of course my dream girl. That's the hero side. And hey, thank all of y'all for joining the chat tonight. I know it's late. Thank you for joining on the stream tonight. Karjakz for Assassins, Arts and Comics. I'm going to talk about the characters, just the art itself. I'm not really going to get into delve into it, but just the way the drawings look. And one of the things I realized was like, how am I going to go about doing what I'm trying to do, and then to create the art, because the art, if the art doesn't look like, as you're drawing as your artist, when you're drawing, I guess you're trying to do function, but also to aesthetics as well, because both are important. Because if a character doesn't look cool to somebody, they're not really gonna buy it. So that's where I found myself. That's why I think it took so long to create version 1, because from version 1 up until where I've got to now, it got easier, because I always had a baseline to go back to, like where I wanted to be at. Y'all get what I'm saying? So thank everybody for joining the stream tonight. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. I know it's late. Thank you for joining me so much. It's going to be about 30 to 40 minutes of awesome talking about Karjakz Assassins, arts and comics. Because the reason why I'm talking about Karjakz Assassins every single Monday is because the comic book is coming out later on this year. I'm super excited. It's a means of freedom. The ultimate goal for myself, I told myself, you know what? I was done working with somebody, man, after this year. I think the nonsense you deal with all the time at work, and you have to put up with people's shit, which I'm not very good at. I don't take too much to bullshit. So it makes you want to chase your dream even harder. So that's what I've been doing. Hello to everybody. Thanks for joining the chat. And look, guess what I got going tonight? I got a poll. So it says, which do you like better? Karjakz the heroes or Assassins the villains? So, you guys, I'll let you guys decide. Everybody gets to decide. How you doing? Welcome to the chat, everybody. I can't say hi to everybody. So everybody I can't read y'all's names, because some of y'all's, I don't know what to call it, y'all's avatar names, like I'm trying to read them, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I took it off my phone right here, so I don't have to be distracted by it. So it's now on my computer, so I got to worry about getting distracted by it. But basically the characters, let's recap it. This is version 1 of my characters, right? So look, you got the Karjakz, right? You got the Karjakz on the right on this side. You got the Assassins on this side. So Cajun's my character. Escalade is my sister's character. Sphinx is another character based on a tiger. And if I had a pet, that'd be it right there. Well, not a pet, but a partner. Because your dog is like your partner, basically. You know what I'm saying? As they say, best friend, right? You got Diesel based on my big brother. You got Cynthia based on my dream girl. Shepherd based on my best friend. Glock based on one of my brothers, and Rasputin based on my other brother. Then you got the Assassins, right? Sanusi, who's my villain side. Yes, I created a villain side, because when I was creating these characters, I was telling myself, like, okay, I want to be able to, I think that poll's going to change once I start showing other new drawings. Because right now, the Assassins are beating up on the Karjakz, man. I'm actually shocked. I was just like, let me do a poll today. So then you got the Sanusi, right? The Assassin. So this Sanusi's based on he's my villain side, right? So then you got artillery, you got the coyotes, you got Yukon. So Sanusi's my villain side. You got Yukon, you got Kanji, you got Snipes, you got Excursion. Now Revo is the only one aside from Sanusi that's based on my villain side. Revo is based on my cousin, but I also gave him a friend, a name of a good friend of mine. So basically, that's the characters right there. So Sanusi's based on me, Revo's based on my cousin, and so I started to build up the characters. So now what I'm going to show you next is, because the art is what I'm going to focus on, the comics. Because in order to create comics, you have to have characters. You can't get around that problem, because you got to have characters. Characters. Now, what I'm about to show you next, because I'm going to show you posters. So right now I'm going to show you, hold on y'all, give me a second. I'm going to show you this is another version of my character. Now this is version 5 right here. This is when everything kind of changed for me. I kind of realized that it was time to start maybe figuring out how to go about doing a comic book. Yeah, I've read comic books my entire life, whether it was Marvel stuff or some DC stuff, mostly Marvel stuff, specifically mostly X-Men stuff, which gave me a chance to read about a bunch of different characters in one setting, which is kind of cool, which makes a lot of sense. And so that when I was creating my characters, I got a lot of help looking at my old X-Men comic books and figuring out what I need to do and what I didn't need to do. And thank everybody for joining the stream tonight. Thank you so much. I know it's late, but I really appreciate all of y'all joining me. So thank you for joining me. Please hit the like, please hit the subscribe, and definitely hit the notification button. You know what I mean? I can't believe y'all are up this late, but this is awesome. So now look, you're talking about the heroes, the version 5 of my characters. So now this is the same characters. Karjakz on this side, assassins on this side. You got Cajun right here, Sincere, Sphinx, Escalade, Shepherd, Rasputin, Diesel, and then Glocks. You know, so that's the heroes right there. Now the villain side, because I told y'all this poll was gonna change. Damn, the assassins are still whooping up on the Karjakz. This is crazy. So please, when you join this chat, please vote actually, but also to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. So check this out, y'all. You got Sanusi, you got Kanji, you got Artillery, you got the Coyotes, you got Revo, you got Snipes, you got Yukon, you got Excursion. So this is version 5 of my characters. Once I got to this version, it's when I realized that it's probably time to do an official, proper comic book. But during that entire time of journey, I was creating bio books for each version, as much as I could versions anyway. So I got 3 versions on my bio book. Sorry, over here grabbing. I'm trying to hold 2 things at one time. So 3 versions of my bio book, which really helped me a lot. Which really helped me a lot. That's one of the reasons why I'm also not afraid. So part of doing this thing in a journey. So when you're reading about X-Men or whoever it is that you like, a lot of mine was I have so many X-Men comics. So I would draw and then I'd watch other cartoons too, whether Iron Man, whether it was Batman or whoever. Thank you, Bethany Bunk. Thank you. Yeah, the Coyotes are pretty sick. A lot of people like the Coyotes. That's probably what's surprised me the most is the amount of people that like the Coyotes. I don't know why, but they love the Coyotes. I have no idea why, but they do. So it's pretty cool. But wait till you read the comic book. You really gonna love the Coyotes. You think they look cool now? Wait to see the version 6 of them. They look completely different. You don't even know what they look like. And this is why I have like courage at my job. Like I know God's got bigger plans for me, so I don't be giving a damn about work. Like I don't put up people's BS or bullshit. That's what I like to say. Like you get out of pocket, I'll punk your ass. Like you get to a point where you're not taking any shit, because what's happening is that wherever you work at, a lot of companies aren't protecting their employees. So you're getting bullied at work by co-workers. And I'm not for the type you're going to bully. I'm the wrong motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, I find myself letting somebody know today, like somebody's about to get their ass kicked if any shit happens today. I'm not putting up with shit. It's just, you learn to start standing up for yourself. And the more independent you are, the more BS you don't take from people. So that helps you to grow your independence as an artist. Problem for a lot of artists, they can't do what I can do. They don't really see themselves, like they're too busy looking for a manager, or they're looking for somebody to tell them what to do, or they're looking for somebody to tell them how to do it. Like me, I just did the opposite. Yeah, it's really good, Bethany. It's good to stand up for yourself. You don't take any crap from people. You let them know you're not going to be bullied, because what's happening is with a lot of jobs, when you go to work, you just feel like you have the right to have your safe space at work. No person has the right to invade your space at work. You know what I'm saying? And so if they try that shit, man, don't have no hesitation to break your foot off in somebody's ass. I'm not talking about no violence, but I don't take any shit. Like, watch your mouth when you talk to me. Now right now, what I've done is establish a line of scrimmage. Like, I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? Anybody cross it, it's your ass. You know what I mean? So expect the whole day at work, keep it to myself, man. When I go to work tomorrow, I'm gonna keep to myself. I'm gonna keep to myself to the day I leave that job. I've already made that pact with myself today. Like, straight up, not talking to none of these motherfuckers. I'm keeping to myself till I leave. You know what I mean? It's just not, you have to go to a space, because that space is how you really making a living yourself. You have to. It's really important, man. And that's what really gives me independence as an artist. Even within my characters, there's so many times that companies have approached me and I've told them to go kick rocks. Like, I'm not doing shit with none of you assholes. And because I've chosen to be courageous and pursue my dream within my own rules, I've grown exponentially. You know what I'm saying? So it really helps a lot. So when you create your characters, they're yours. You migrate them how you want to. You evolve them how you want to. That's why you see version 1 of my characters versus version 5 is completely different. I know version 5 looks cool, but version 1, without version 1, there'll be no version 5. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, like the art side, right? And also, too, once I started creating the characters, I have to figure out a way to get them out, or as I like to say. Or I don't want to say so much more monopolize, but it's not. you find a way to earn a living from your drawings, which is very difficult for a lot of artists. We always think that we should draw for free or we should give away our stuff for free. No, we should not be doing that. We should be getting paid just like everybody else, because it seems like everybody else gets paid, but we're not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the worst. So for me, I figured out to do my characters. So whether it's on posters, whether it's on t-shirts, whether it's on whatever. Water bottles, look, water bottle right here. See? I'm gonna take a sip. So y'all know it's not no game. Look. There you have it. Water bottle right there. So all of y'all joining the chat. Thanks for joining the chat. So this is the excursion right here. Now you get to see me in detail. See how I showed you all the characters? Well, now I'll show you in detail. So that's Revo right there. That's Shepard right there. Diesel. I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this in. I'm not trying to do this in any particular order. I'm just showing y'all the characters from my universe because yeah, and I'll tell you it is for any artist. Do not be shy about asking for money for your art. Don't be shy at all. Ask for your value. Don't sell less than your value. Like I got WonderCon this weekend at Anaheim Convention Center. I'm super excited, but I also know there's going to be people that come up to your table thinking you owe them a $5 drawing. You can go to hell with that. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. I ain't got no $5 drawings. You either have what I charge for my posters, or you can go kick rocks, or for my t-shirt, or for whatever I'm going to be selling. You have to have this. You have to have this courage, man. I think if there's anything that's happened to me recently in recent years, it's courage. I've lost a lot of friends who've passed away, and I remember they all wanted to do what I'm doing right now, but they can't do that anymore. So every single day, it's more like I got no excuses to be afraid. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care. I'm just like, I'm not putting up with people's bullshit. I just don't take bullshit. I'm not a small guy, so that's another problem you got. So you get out of pocket, I got something for your ass. And we ain't talking about no nothing. I will beat your ass literally with my hand. I don't play that disrespect nonsense very much. You know what I mean? You have to not put up people's BS. That's the same thing applies to your art. If somebody asks you for your art, they want your art, they got to pay you for it. Plain and simple. However much you charge is however much you charge. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So this is Diesel right here. Yukon right here. Snipes right here. Sanusi. Rasputin. Because what's unhealthy is for you to be afraid of going to work, or going to wherever it is that you or doing what you're doing. That's even worse. Because now you are internally like, or people like you are internally like toxifying yourself. I don't know if that makes any sense. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, because you have to have the courage to stand up for yourself so you don't let nobody bully you at work, or bully you at school, or bully you in your social life, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or bully you in your art life. Anybody comes up to you and says how much you charge for your art, you set the price, and if they can afford it, great. If they can't, tell them to get the hell lost. Go somewhere else and buy something, but don't devalue yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got Cajun and Sphinx right here. These are my characters right here. I love seeing this, man. I'm so proud of this drawing, because out of all the characters that I drew, Cajun took the longest. And he's always the last one that I draw too, because I know he's going to take the longest. Every single version I've ever created of my characters, Cajun was the hardest. He was super hard. He was super hard. Some of y'all write dumb shit, and I just like, I'm not gonna read it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth reading. It means you're a moron to write some stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? So drawing Cajun is, out of all the characters in the Karjakz Assassin universe, he's the hardest, right? Without question. Like, because I feel like I guess I put more time. It takes more time to construct his armor. That's really what the problem is. Him and Sanusi are the hardest. Because it takes time to construct their armor. Because they're rocking armor. So this guy right here, whoever you are, I don't know who you are, but I'm just gonna you're not even worth my time saying your name. I'm just gonna hide you from my channel. Not where I don't have to read your crap. So y'all, I don't have time for that nonsense, man. But you know, that's Cajun right there. Cajun and Sphinx right there. Sphinx is not that hard, but what's hard is me having to put on his armor. You see that armor right there? So, you know, Sphinx has got armor. Now, next up is Cynthia. Cynthia is my dream girl. Cynthia is one hell of a combatant. I'm not giving biopics, but these are the drawings, right? You're looking at different versions of them. Then, you got the Coyotes. Bethany's favorite character right here. The Coyotes are super sick. yeah, I know, Bethany, I keep telling you, man, if you love this version, wait to see the new version of them. They look completely different, man. Like I said, when the book comes out, when the first official comic book comes out, y'all aren't even gonna know what's up. You know what I mean? So I'm just showing y'all the drawings. This is Glocks right here. Glocks is, I remember when I started with Glocks, man, he don't look like, man, the evolution of Glocks was really very interesting because he's the projectile guy on the team, and I want to do something where his cannons can look totally different from like what you normally would see on everybody else. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hey, a lot of my drawings are very detail centric. I love detail, and I think the small points of a drawing is what makes a great drawing. I always focus on pockets, um, everything that's detailed, man. I when I draw a shoe or give a character of footwear, I make sure it's so detailed. Like I'm very detail centric. Enigma right here, part of the Karjakz bolts. So let me see. We're starting to get to characters that let's see right here. I got two more people to show y'all. So we got Kanji. Y'all see Kanji right there? Yeah, Kanji's sick as hell. She's a super villain on the Assassins right here. She's a big fan favorite. People always love the fact that she's super cool. Hey, Kev5, how you doing, bro? Back-to-back nights of talking, huh? Man, look at that. You showing up twice, 2 nights in a row? What? I hope everything's been going good with you, Brand. I hope everything's going good. Hope everything's been going good with you, y'all. Sorry, I've been awake since like 6:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? I had to work out early this morning, so I wouldn't have to work out in the evening when I got off work, and then I knew I was gonna go live when I got home. I'm just like always I stay within consistency. So Kev5, I hope you're doing well, man. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining the chat, and please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and definitely y'all need to get your vote on. Can I see more voters, please? Thank you very much. Finally, I told y'all the Karjakz so the Karjakz brought it back to respectability, because on the voting poll, y'all, they was getting destroyed. It was like 68% to 38%. You know what I mean? So yo, hopefully the Karjakz is gonna make a comeback on this thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is Kanji right here, and then of course I gotta show you. Let me skip to where we at. Artillery. Y'all see that? That's artillery right there. You know what I'm saying? Artillery right here. Yeah, that's right. She is the truth in 2 quarters, man. For me, it was really important to create very powerful women, because I used to watch a lot of cartoons, and when I think about Avengers, I think about X-Men. Black Widow to me is the coolest superhero. For me, it's Storm and Black Widow. But what I like about Black Widow is that she's human. What I hate about Storm is that Marvel seems to do a shitty job of limiting. They do a great job of being a-holes and limiting her. Limiting her powers, her potential, the best version of herself. Like all the movies, I've always felt like she was weak as hell in them. Like I just like they all suck. You know what I mean? So I didn't want that for my characters. So on the villain side, I got 3 women. On the hero side, I got 2 women. And in the future, there's gonna be more female characters. You best believe that. So look, check this out, y'all. So I got different characters. These are all more of my drawings too. So these are the entire Karjakz Assassin universe right there. These are just the heroes, the Karjakz right here. Just the heroes right there. You know what I'm saying? And then I got just the villains right there. And then I got Escalade, last but not least. So this is Escalade right there. So these are all the drawings. So that's the art. You know what I'm saying? So now the second half of this thing is the comics. So if you're doing, once you figure out like how you want to go about creating your characters, if you've created them, well, they got to go somewhere. Like for example, you see my t-shirt? I'm purposely wearing a classic t-shirt that I made. This is one of the classic t-shirts I made back in the day, man. Sometimes I really retrospect on like how far I've come. Because when I started, nobody really thought I'd get this far. I'll be frank about that. A lot of people didn't really think I'd come this far. Now those same jerks that didn't think I'd come this far are always asking, oh, can I get this? Can I get that? No, you can't get anything. I didn't receive your support when I was building my dream, so why the hell would I care now? Thank you very much, Bethany. Appreciate that. Yes, I work very hard at the artistic endeavor. Really appreciate all of y'all. It's something that I have a great passion for. I love it. I love cartoons. I love Bethany, just get your practice on, girl. You ain't doing nothing wrong. Just make sure you get it in every day. Like I make every Sunday my drawing day, literally. So now look, before I get into drawing, showing y'all the comics, I gotta show y'all the poster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my phone closer, right? Because my eyes are not that good. Yeah. Trust me, Kev. Believe me, Kev. I've been thinking about trading cards since the day I started drawing. But you know, you build up things slowly. Like I remember when I didn't have t-shirts or bucket hats. You know what I mean, brother? So it takes a lot of time to fund what your dream, fund your dream. So you have to trust me, Kev. I got all kinds of cool ideas that I got to put in execution, but it's It's like I always say, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. You know what I mean? In fact, I'm gonna show y'all a cool sneaker. Since it's Karjakz Assassin Day, I'm gonna show you these very cool low tops, the platinum low tops I just created. So now before I get into this thing, let me show y'all the drawings, the art, because now you get to see it as a poster. So this is what I meant by art and comics. I wasn't trying to be, today wasn't about technicalities. Today was just about the essence of creation. And then I'm going to talk about the comics, which probably is going to take a shorter time than it is talking about the art. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Stay blessed. I'm trying every day. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, you got to believe in yourself. So look, y'all. And believing in yourself is like LL Cool J said, I'm going to self-reference myself. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to let anybody come at me like make me less than. You don't have to be belittled by anybody. They don't get to say what the hell they want to you, and they think you have to be cool with it. And then everybody wants you like, well, you have to maintain professionalism. Fuck professionalism. Motherfucker, you watch your mouth when you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was me at work today, y'all. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, anybody get out of pocket, I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass. Straight up. Did not care. Then I would have hit HR up. I don't care. I'm not gonna be bullied at work, because what a lot of companies now are doing is they're not providing resources to employees. They're just letting employees get bullied and get frustrated. Then they end up quitting their job. So now when you quit your job, you quit your livelihood. You don't have a roof over your head. You don't have all those things that make you go every single day. Y'all see what I'm saying? So definitely have courage for yourself. Don't let nobody bully you. Don't take any crap from anybody. Any employees get out of pocket. That includes management. Yo, you put them in their place. Like, yo, I'm not your dog. I'm not your pet. I'm not none of that. Y'all know what I mean? So, yo, now let's get back into these posters so I can get to the comics. You know what I'm saying? And then I can show y'all the cool sneaker. You know what I mean? So look, Karjakz Assassins. When I started creating posters, one of the things that I had to do was figure out like what size, how I wanted them to be. So I came up with 3 sizes. Well, actually, I only had one size, 11 by 17. Because at that time, all I could afford was my printer could only do one size, 11 by 17. I remember I used to even do 8.5 by 11. Literally, y'all. I thought it was, and then I realized I need people like a little bit something a little bit bigger. So I went to 11 by 17, and I've been doing that for a while now because that's the most popular size. Because now, as I've grown in I don't want to call it brand or whatever you want to call it, but people love bigger posters. So 13 by 19, 24 by 36. I'm even doing canvas prints now. Yeah, you heard me what I said. Canvas prints. Canvas prints are super sick. You know what I mean? So yo, Karjakz Assassins right here. This is the entire universe right here. And this is version 5, right? Version 5. But I've also got version 1. So for all those who ever order a post on my website, you'll always see the classic Karjakz Assassins right there. Now next up is the Karjakz, the heroes. If you are a fan of art, right? You want these posters on your wall, join the movement so you can be part of something awesome, right? There's nothing cooler than putting art that's what's this word I'm looking for? That's unique. That's a growing universe. So that way, sorry y'all, I'll be honest, I've been awake all day. That way you can be part of a growth. You can say, hey, I was part of that universe when it first started. Because a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people like waiting for me to get bigger and bigger, and I'm like, yo, you know, the bigger I get, the more pricey my stuff is gonna get. I'm not gonna lower my value. That's not gonna happen. Because I used to not value myself. Like I used to, God, it was horrible, man. When I think about how many posters I've sold and I didn't value myself, man, that was horrible. That's never happening again. So if you ain't got no money, I'm gonna tell you straight to get the hell away from my table. That's what's gonna happen. So now look, let's get back to these posters. You got Karjakz right here. You got Cajun right there. So I'm pretty sure that's a fan. Oh, look at the pole. It's still tied up. Okay. So it's still only the assassin. So look, you got Escalade right there. Oh, before I get going, Cajun Sphinx, right? So we're good there. Oh man, I skipped the whole 2 pages. Escalade, Sincere. Y'all see that? Glocks, Rasputin. See, I'm gonna continuously show y'all these posters because the first comic book's coming out this year. And then also too, that I'm working on other projects too that's gonna help me grow the channel. So grow what I'm doing. Diesel. You got Shepherd right here. And then you got the assassins, right? The assassins, those villains, led by Lord Sanusi. And you got Sphinx right here at the bottom. You know what I mean? You got artillery. You got an excursion. I gotta tell you, I like the fact that there's no more show chat on my screen anymore. Nobody can distract me anymore. Thank God. If I want to be if I want to read any lines people have, I just look at my computer. That's way much better than the way I used to do it. So you got artillery, you got excursion. The old way used to just distract the crap out of me. It was horrible. You got kanji, you got Revo. Revo's so sick. This drawing is so sick. Man, this drawing is sick, man. Snipes. Revo also took a long time to create. I think out of all of them, I've got Cajun, Sanusi, and Revo. Because they all have armor. But except Revo's a ninja. So his armor is ninja. Revo, I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, man. You know what I mean? But this is Snipes right here. Purple Air Bombshell. You got Yukon right here. So, you know, and then, of course, you got those amazing coyotes right there. Coyotes. So, that's where it's at. Now, look. The second half of my thing is I'm going to talk about comics. So, like for me, creating a comic book. Sorry, y'all. I got to chew on something. Right here. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to chew and talk, but I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? So look, check this out, y'all. Comics. Without these books right here, the idea of even having a comic would have never happened because I never really thought about it till I actually got to version 5. For the longest, I was just doing these bio books one at a time. Version 1, version 2, version 3. Then I said to myself, well, if you're gonna keep doing this, you need to evolve past these bio books. So I just told myself, you know what? I'm going to create like a comic book. And then I started the journey. When it started in actually started in 2016. We're damn near 2025. And then when I started, I literally, y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I literally lost all the files for the comic book. It got corrupted. I said, oh man, this sucks. So then, Awesome Crane, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the chat. You're not late. What's up, bro? Hope everything going good with you, man. It's good to see you, bro. It is good to see you. I can't believe you're still awake. That's a trip. And thank you for hitting the like button, brother. I really appreciate that, man. So today I was talking about comics and art. But guess what? I got something to show y'all. A cool pair of new sneakers that I just made. They are super sick. You know what I mean? And oh, before I forget, y'all, WonderCon is this weekend. Oh, okay. So we're on the same we're on the same time frame. Cool, beautiful. So look, comics, right? So before and then hey, don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all a cool pair of sneakers before we get up out of here. The comic book's not gonna take that long. The bio book was important because this bio book really is what gave me what do you call this thing? It's what gave me the understanding of my characters. I need to give them profiles. I need to give them background stories. I need to do all that stuff. And this bio book, this very bio book right here, was the second thing that I created once I created my characters. I drew the characters, then I created this bio book. I gotta tell y'all, this bio book took like it took about 7 months to create because I didn't even know what names to give my characters. Now that was weird. Sometimes I reminisce, and I've said this before. It took me longer to create their names than it did to create the drawings. Like coming up with the names was like kind of difficult. I ain't gonna lie. And you know, when you create characters, ask anybody who's ever created a character, you cannot give the wrong name. The character is gonna suck. It's gonna mess up the whole character. So I worked on creating very cool names. That took a long time. You know what I mean? So then it led to this first official bio book right here. So while I was doing that, I was opening up this bio book right here. As you can see, version 1 of my characters right here. You got the heroes. You got Cajun right there. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to show you some of it. You know what I mean? That's Escalade right there. So if you want to get this bio book, it's available on television.com. And look, what's cool about it is that, look at this. The Karjakz, the heroes. Now we come to the assassins, the villains. And you got the different villains. You got Sanusi. You know what I mean? So you got artillery and excursion. So this is the first ever bio book that I created. Not the particular first one. Not in more. I mean like first version of the book I ever created. You know what I mean? So that's the bio book. Now next up was version 2. And I gotta say version 2 is very important because you gotta. Oh, I gotta chew on the cookie again, boy. I'm over here. Don't worry, we're almost done. can see the evolution of the comic book of version 2. The heroes don't look nothing like they used to. And with the comics, it's not about versions. I just wanted to show you all this right here. Y'all see it? Version 2 has way more color. A lot of this is not really about, like, it's just about the construction of the character. And then the color, sometimes, I guess computer systems aren't true in color or something like that. But when you print, sometimes a lot of the print companies print in CMYK. You know what I mean? So the heroes, the Karjakz, bring it all together. As you can see, the version started changing right here. You can see it started changing right here. And then, of course, you got those villains, the assassins. Right there, led by Lord Sanusi. Look at this. Look at the version of them. They look completely different, man. You kind of have to, you kind of have to, like, create distinctions between versions of books. Because sometimes people are afraid to, like, oh, I'm not going to do too much, that I don't want my fans to leave me. Bro, they're gonna leave you no matter what you do. So you need to decide what kind of owner you want to be. You know what I mean? So what kind of creator you want to be. So I got the assassins right here. This version excuse me, y'all. Version 1. Y'all give me a second. I gotta put some. So right here, version 1 of the assassins, the villains, right? You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got Sun Tzu right there. Sun Tzu and Sphinx. Excuse me, Sun Tzu and Seth. Sun Tzu and Seth. You got artillery. You got excursion. You know, of course, let's keep going. I don't want to forget. You got Kanchi. You got Revo. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got Snipes and Yukon. Snipes and Yukon. You know what I mean? So that's part of the whole journey right there. You either part of the journey or you're not part of the journey. You know what I mean? You got to create your own journey. You got to have courage for yourself. You got to pursue your dream. You got to not be afraid. It's a lot of duties that you have to have as a dream chaser. Not to let people talk you out of whatever you're pursuing, because the first thing they'll do is try to humble you and tell you, well, you need to show more humility. I don't need to show shit. I don't know what the hell Grindr is, but I'm not on Grindr. You're an idiot. I don't know what the hell that is, but some of y'all are morons. Now you're about to get shadow banned. See, it's really not that hard. I just hit the shadow ban button. Like, I may not talk about what you're talking about, but I just hit the block button, and then you can't be on my platform anymore. I don't have to see you anymore. I don't need everybody to be my follower. That's probably the biggest thing I do. Value myself. Now look. Now this is the comic book right here. You see the difference between the two? You see the version, the heroes right there, the coyotes. Excuse me. You see the heroes. You see the heroes version 5. So look, starting from the beginning, right? Where I left off at, how I started. You see the version right there? Excuse me. Look at that. Complete night and day. Completely night and day. And all this happened within the span of maybe I would say, I'm gonna say let's go 2.5 years is what I want to say. That's what I want to say. I'll probably say 2.5 years, because each character got through a makeover. You know what I mean? Like, it was a straight up like, they got the characters, like, I wanted to evolve them so far that you wouldn't know the difference between version 2 and version 3. That's how great I wanted them to be. So they turned out to be that great. Then, of course, you got the heroes, the Karjakz, right? And then, of course, they're managed by Cajun. They're Building Industrials. He's the one who pays for all the equipment and all that stuff that they have, man. They have so much because they have him. Then, of course, you got Escalade. Oh, yep, you got Escalade and Glocks. So it's not in any particular order, but because I created this Bible book, I put my brothers and my sister in a different position, more of a high-ranking position. So you got the assassins. Excuse me. You've got the Karjakz. My bad. I'm over here struggling. You got the Karjakz right here, the heroes, all the heroes from the Karjakz Assassin universe. Then you got some of the excuse me. Then you've got some of the other heroes. I gotta show y'all. just a few snippets. So you got Cajun right there. Of course, I was gonna show y'all that. You got Escalade. You got Glocks. You got Rasputin. You got Diesel. Then of course, you got Sincere right there. Then you got Sphinx right there, and then that's pretty much a wrap because I don't know what else you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the heroes right there. Now you got the assassins, the villains. Let me show you the assassins so you can see. You see this? Man, talk about different, man. That is straight up different. You know what I mean? So that's straight up different, man. That's what you call putting in work. Then of course, you got to scroll through all the villains. You got Sanusi right. You got Sanusi right there. You can see him. So, you got the assassins. Oh, before I forget, you got Lord Sanusi and Sphinx right there. Then you got artillery, general. You got excursion. Oh yeah, we doing this doggone thing. You got Kanji. You got Revo. You got Snipes. You got Yukon. Then of course you got those infamous Coyotes. Then you got the Coyotes. You know what I mean? I didn't know the Coyotes would pick up steam like this and become fan favorites, but hey, that's all right with me. So that's the bio books right there. And look, you can even compare from version 5 to version 3. So right there. You know what I mean? So that's right there. That's pretty sick. All I do is figure out how I'm gonna keep going forward. And pretty soon there's gonna be a version 4 of this book. So trust me, I got more villains and heroes coming. You know what I'm saying? So yo, visit SanusiVision.com and get your order on. You know what I mean? So yo, that's now you got that's pretty much all the villains right there. I'm trying to think who else I need to talk to. Nope. Yep. So we're good. So that's pretty much comic animation and comics. It's really, to be honest with y'all, man, a lot of the work that I do is just really like me having the courage to just pursue it. Because this whole idea of Karjakz Assassins would never been born if I actually listened to somebody. That would have sucked. Now, for our merchandise of the day. Oh yeah, wait till y'all see this. Man. I gotta put on gloves just to be able to do this. Because I'm not trying to get it dirty. Check this out. Thank all of y'all for voting, man. Wow, this thing ended up 50-50. Holy crap. I love it. Thank you for voting, man. Appreciate y'all. It ended up, man, that's awesome. 50 and 50. So no, look. Speaking of merchandise, check this out. Batas 3 low tops. Oh yeah. Y'all didn't know what's up. You about to know what's up now. Available now on SanusiVision.com. This is super cool. Check this out, man. Y'all see this right here? I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna let y'all see it. I'm not even gonna talk too much about it. Y'all see it. Batas 2 low tops. These are the new ones, man. The 3s. I've been waiting a good minute to get these 3 low tops, and guess what? You got all over the place, man. As always. It's designed literally like how I did. It came out great, man. Because I was very proud of the design. I was like, oh my god, this is next level stuff. I can't believe how much work I went into this. You know what I mean? So yo, this is Karjakz Assassin right here, man. Look, this is sick, man. Talk about sick. Then of course you got the villains right there. Excuse me. This was the villains. The assassins, right in here. And then this was the heroes, the Karjakz, on the left foot. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I kind of put it like how you say the name. Karjakz, left foot, left to right. And then assassins, right to right. I don't know if that's a quote or something, but I don't care. I think I just need to say it. So that's what's up right there. Look at this. The Batas 3 low tops, available now on SanusiVision.com. It's got the same technology that you have. The only difference is that this is for this is for me because I've given the other version to a customer. They said they want to work out, so I said go ahead, keep it. You know what I mean? But that's These sneakers right here, the Batas 3 low tops, available now on sunvision.com. Look at this sicko thing. I ain't even got to say nothing. Y'all see what's up, man. There's no need for me to say anything. The shoes speak for themselves. That's what this is about right here. Speaking for yourself. Look at this. Look at the amount of the amount of detail on cactus. So this is the right foot. Then you got the assassins on the inside. Then you got the left foot. Look at this detail. Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd. You see Sphinx right there. No, you see Seth right there. You see Escalade right there. So we got nothing. I got nothing for you in terms of quality of work. Look at this. This is beautiful, man. Brown too. I thought about getting black, but I wanted brown sneakers. I never had brown sneakers. So yo, that's what's available on sunvision.com. So yo, as always, man, that's pretty much what this is. I talked about art and comics, and I didn't want to. I'm gonna finish how I started. I didn't want to. Let me see. I didn't want to. What time can we give this person? So y'all, give me a second. I'm trying to look for. Oh man, I can't find it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna call this a wrap. Since we can't find it, we're gonna do as I was gonna do it. So anyway, right here. You see that? Cactus, right? Art. You gotta have plenty of art, man. Who don't love art? Then of course you gotta have the comics too to be able to do the bio books. You gotta be inspired by something other than what you just done. You know, the past is always a good place to reminisce on and see what you did. You know what I mean? But yo, check this out. So, you know, these are all the things right here that I'm trying to do right there. So, you know, thank y'all always, man, for joining the stream. Now tonight, because I got to finish it like I always do. First things first, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just important in front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. And then the second thing, your dreams can be delayed, but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. So a lot of my stuff that I do, man, is just really I don't do it out of desperation. I do it out of need. So everybody in the godmother is gonna see what's up. But thank y'all so much, man. So that's our night for tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow because I've got an unveiling of a new sneaker again. Yes, it's been sneakerheads all week since last week. So these are bio comic books available now on sunvision.com. You can get your order on. I don't know if they're available on sunvision.com. They're available on sunvision.com. They're not available anywhere else. I don't have them on TikTok. I don't have them on Facebook. I don't have them on Instagram Shopping Center. No, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm skipping all that nonsense. I'm not putting my stuff on there. But, you know, that's your dream right there. Make sure you pursue it daily, man. It's not just because you're in wherever the state you live in. It's more about where you want to go. So if you do that energy, you're going to be just right. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, continue to aspire and achieve. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to know that you can manifest your dreams into reality. Look at where I am right now, man. I'm pretty grateful for that. So, y'all, I'm going to see you next time. Probably on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much, man. And thanks for being part of the stream tonight. So, I'm going to get up out of here because I'm exhausted. But until next time, y'all. So as always, y'all, the three things I always say. There's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just important in front of the line. And then the second one, your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Always, y'all. So thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Appreciate all of y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to throw the deuce piece this time. I'm going to use my comic book to say peace. So thank all of y'all, man. Continue to aspire and achieve. Thank you so much, man. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Peace.